Coming up today on YOLO Texas.
I am so excited. As a private pilot, I get to fly a T6A Texan.
Lift up the screen.
Yeah, and the stencil will stick to it. That's pretty rad.
This is awesome.
It's giving me that little hint of like, you need to go to Cancun. You need to go to Acapulco.
Hey, we're in Texas. I think everyone can handle a little bit of spice here.
Join us on our trip across Texas.
Hey everybody, we are here in Del Rio, Texas at Laughlin Air Force Base, which happens to be the birthplace of many of our nation's Air Force pilots. I am so excited. As a private pilot, I get to fly a T6A Texan. But first things first, I've got to do a little bit of training and go try on a flight suit, which I'm also very happy about. So let's go do that.
So this is just a standard helmet. Now on your helmet, you're gonna encounter a oxygen mask. So this oxygen mask has an inhalation-exhalation valve and is comm capable.
The T6 is equipped with 2 of these Martin Baker Mark 16 seats. And they have a whole ton of connections to keep them secure in the aircraft and secure during the ejection sequence.
Do any of the pilots that you guys train wear cowboy boots for the training? Probably not typical.
Probably
right?
not, though.
So we're pretty much going to simulate you hanging from a parachute right now.
Okay.
Is that all right?
All right, works for me.
All right, now slowly sit down, make sure you're actually caught into place. All right. Once you're looking at that, you're looking at the terrain, make sure you're not gonna land into any like cows or cactuses, right? You wanna avoid those at all costs. Reach up, grab those red toggles. All right. And you're steering into what?
Into the wind.
Into the wind, that's correct.
Hey, how's it going?
So starting off with a flight suit. So you will be issued a flight suit. When it comes to boots and flight gloves, you want to make sure that you have designated non-steel toe boots and you wear your flight gloves at all times correctly.
Colonel Prather, thanks so much for having me. I'm super excited about being here for a lot of reasons. But for folks who don't know, what's the primary mission of Laughlin Air Force Base?
Well, and welcome, JB, and we're excited to have you here. Our primary mission here at Laughlin Air Force Base is to train the Air Force's newest pilots. So we describe it as we build airmen, leaders, and pilots, and on a given year, we'll run around 400 to 500 pilots through their initial, what we call undergraduate pilot training, where they receive their wings and then go off onto their advanced major weapon systems from Laughlin.
What attracted you to the Air Force in the first place?
To be honest, I think most of us that are of my age would lie if we said that somehow Top Gun didn't influence us to some degree. So
I was going to say, the last time I wore something like this was to a Halloween party.
And you were Maverick or something like that?
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
right. Yeah. So certainly at a young age, I just had this desire to fly. My dad was actually in the Army Air Corps. So there was certainly a family influence there, but going through high school, some other opportunities, and I'm very grateful they did present themselves, and I was able to enter the Air Force and become a pilot.
What are the primary planes that you guys train in here?
So what we'll do is when folks arrive, they'll enter into 3 phases. It takes about 12 months for a student pilot that comes to Laughlin Air Force Base. That first phase is ground school. So they'll do a number of academic classes, they'll do a number of tests, and then they enter phase 2, which is the T6, which is our primary trainer here, and it is across the Air Force. And then when they complete that, they'll track to one of 2 other airplanes, primarily. The first one is the T-38, which is our fighter bomber track, again, another 6 months. Or they'll go to the T-1, which is where our tanker transport pilots will go. Advanced navigation, advanced cross-country, advanced instruments, before they go off to any number of aircraft, whether that be tankers, large cargo aircraft, etc.
So, you know, being based here in Del Rio, I mean, do you get off base much to get around the city?
We do. All these great things that you hear about Del Rio, whether it's the wild game dinner or the Fiesta de la Amistad or any of the number of these events. There weren't as many of those last year, unfortunately, for understandable reasons. But the Military Affairs Association, our civic leaders, the people of Del Rio are some of the nicest people that we've ever met in our 22, 23-year career.
Well, I really appreciate you taking the time to give me this background, and seriously, I'm itching to get up in this plane. I'm ready to wrap this thing up so I can get out there. But I appreciate everything you're doing for us. For the country, this being the engine of a lot of the pilot creation is a pretty cool mission. So thanks so much for the time.
Yeah, thanks, JB, and great to have you here, and I look forward to seeing you after the flight.
Thanks so much.
Awesome, great.
Yeah,
thanks for being here.
We got Mafia 01 will be us today out there. We're going to be leading the formation out. We'll be taking off at approximately 14:18 is what we're looking for. And then we have Mafia 02, which will be Trigger and Loki flying with us out there today. Don't bring any explosive things. That's probably a good idea. Cool. Or alcohol. Don't bring that.
Cool. 3, 2, 1. Yep, that was good.
Any burning questions right now?
I don't think so. No.
All right, I'm super excited.
I'm
Should be fun.
really excited.
Yeah, you should be. It'll be a lot of fun. We'll get to go upside down and do the fun stuff.
I never thought I'd get to fly in one of those, so we did a bunch of turns, we did a couple loops. I got some stick time, which was great. It's a dream come true to fly a T6, but I flew, I got dunked, and now I need a shower. Adios.
Coming up next on YOLO Texas, we channel our inner artist.
Hopefully people can come more to a mind space of like not needing it to work out. You know, some people come because they want to make something specific, but other people come because they had a frustrating day at work. And so they just kind of explore, and it's about playing.
Hello.
Hi, welcome.
I'm Valerie, nice to meet
Ellie.
you.
It's nice to meet you. Your hands are so cold. I was just like shocked for a second there.
Oh my God.
Would you like some hot tea?
Yes, please, that'd be great.
I will work on that for you.
Thank you. So how did you decide to come up with craft, and how did this get started?
Well, I would walk through the aisles of a store like Michael's and think, I really want to use all of this, but I don't want to own it. I just want to use it.
Yeah.
And I would love to go somewhere and have access to these things. So I decided, I guess I'll get it all, but then I'll share it with everyone.
And what kind of craft? So can anyone just walk in, or do you make an appointment? Are there certain classes? Like, what can you make here?
Really good question. Everything. We try to do everything.
Yeah.
We do. We are not for kids.
Nope. Okay. Yeah.
Adults only. I say where grown-ups can be kids, but without the kids around.
Yes.
But you can just walk in. That's what we call open crafting. That's the buffet. And then we also do workshops with local artists, and we've been partnering with some of our workshop teachers for years, which I'm really proud of. So I teach screen printing, but we have things like embroidery and soap making, like making soap from scratch.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Awesome. Well, Ellie, I would love to take a tour of your studio before we jump in. I'm kind of a little nervous about the screen printing, but I trust you, and I know you're going to be a great teacher, so I'm excited. Okay, so let's start off with what you have on this huge wall right here behind you.
The first time that people come in to do crafting, we give this orientation tour because I know that this can be very
a little much.
This is the first stop on our tour. These are professional artist paints. They're awesome to work with, and they go a lot further than many people expect. So we beg everyone to start with literally 3 drops until you get a sense of how much you need, and then go to town. Glitter and
ooh, now this might be my favorite shelf right here.
Do you remember these?
Yes, as a kid, yes.
Yeah, so I have a few jewelry pieces that feature them. Like I have a necklace with a heart on a big gold chain, and I get a lot of compliments. So highly recommend. We like to have old canvases here, and I always suggest what I call art alterations, adding something unexpected to an existing canvas.
Okay.
Like I would do like glitter smoke coming out of this chimney,
awesome.
or like make one of the horses neon, or add Godzilla into here. My favorite part of the studio is these shelves.
Okay.
Together, these form what we call our mini junkyard. Cool. So this is where we hoard so you don't have to.
I love it.
It's all sorts of weird and random stuff. Yeah.
Literally, the possibilities are endless. You can find something and make something completely new.
So we usually recommend that people just spend some time exploring, and don't be afraid to like take a bin out and go through it. And if you see something that like sparks joy, grab it right away, because if you think I'll come back for that, we might never find it again.
That's true.
There's so much stuff here.
So by looking at all of this, I now have the creative itch, so I'm ready to do some crafting right now.
Yeah,
all right,
let's do some screen printing.
All right, Ellie, I'm excited, but I'm nervous.
People get very nervous because we have this pressure to like do it right.
Yes.
But who cares?
That's true. I need to get into that mindset.
The risks are very low.
So what do we do? Where do we get started?
So the first step is to just draw a drawing.
Starting off, I think I'm gonna just go do and draw a heart.
I think that's great.
Okay. So after that, what do we do?
We're going to cut this out. And I like to stand up for the actual printing.
Oh, we gotta put our apron on. Hello.
Aprons for her. The first step of this is called the flood, where all we're doing is laying a very thin layer of ink down on top of the design.
Okay.
And the way I do that is I hold the squeegee 45 degrees away.
Okay.
45 is halfway in between down and up. And I just let it rest on the surface.
Okay.
So with its own weight, it's gonna move the ink. And you just go above your design.
Oh my God.
So this sticks to that. And then we have a print.
That's awesome. Just gonna move it forward.
Yep, nice. That looks great. That was a great flood.
Okay, now we turn it around for the pull, and that's where we put all the pressure.
Do you want me to hold this for you?
Yeah, okay.
That looks great.
Lift up the screen?
Yeah, and the stencil will stick to it.
Oh my God, I did it!
That's pretty rad.
This is awesome. Ellie, thank you so much for teaching me about screen printing.
Thanks for playing.
This place is absolutely beautiful, and I love people can come and just enjoy, meditate, relax, and just be creative. And thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna keep creating more koozies if that's okay.
Oh, please, do more.
Coming up next, we enjoy happy hour at the hottest spot in town with a taste of Mexico.
All of your senses come into play when you sit down at a table, you walk into a restaurant, everything comes into play. How are you? Welcome to Costa.
Thank you. You know how to welcome your guests, don't you?
Yeah, it's good. This is we call it el cantarito. It's basically like a margarita on the rocks, but it's 1 liter.
This is a great welcome.
Thank you very much. I'm glad you liked it. I already ordered a couple of plates.
Okay, what are we having?
Deep fried red snapper, and then my favorite appetizer, it's a carpaccio. Very fresh.
Nice.
You're gonna love it. And then the other one, it's a chicharrón de ribeye. It's gonna be delicious. You'll see.
Okay,
You'll see.
okay.
It should
I'm
be
ready
out
for
probably
this.
like in the next couple of minutes.
So, how did you get started with Costa?
It has always been in our family, back in our roots in Mexico, to be in the hospitality business. And when I moved to San Antonio, we saw the opportunity of opening a restaurant that could provide something that would be kind of like a shortcut to Mexico and present something that is very unique and that offers healthy options and very affordable. It's been a pretty cool evolution. Muchas gracias, don Juan. Aquí vamos a compartir el chicharrón de ribeye, el carpaccio.
Oh my God, it smells amazing.
That's the rest.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Okay, so where do you want to start?
Where do you want to start?
I would recommend start with this one.
Okay. So do you have a big part in the dishes and the creation of them?
You know what, it's good that you asked that. So the way we usually do it, Ariel, like 50% of the menu came from the chef, Chuy, that he's a great chef. But then throughout the years, there's a lot of customers that show up and they're like, hey, when I was traveling in Mexico, I was in Acapulco and they made this taco for me, and Chuy is good at that. You just describe it, he'll go into the kitchen, make it happen, and come out with a beautiful plate. And the drinks, same thing, they happen with our staff and our customers. Honestly, they tell us what they like and we make it a reality.
It's so
Very
fresh.
good, right?
Yeah.
Yes, very fresh.
It's not heavy, it's light and like bright.
This is usually my type of flavors. Something that we do when we create a dish, Ariel, is that first it has to be super tasty, right? But it has to look very good when we present the plates.
Plating makes the difference.
100%.
Okay, let's go for this one.
Please,
I'm excited.
yeah, try it. Okay, so what I would recommend is getting a corn tortilla.
Okay.
I would do lime juice first. I would do a little bit of beans. Then, okay, you have to pick which salsa you would like.
Which one's the spiciest one?
This one is the spiciest one. This one is made with habanero. But if you want like a super spicy one, we have another one that is cooked to order. Oh, no, I wish. But with habanero, onion, and serrano pepper all mixed.
Can
salsa.
we order some?
Yeah, gracias, doña Lex.
That's the salsa?
That's the salsa.
It looks like a soup.
Yeah, it looks like a soup, right? So I would suggest starting with only the liquid.
It's good.
It's good, right?
Yeah.
No, but if you eat spicy stuff, it's not gonna be that spicy. What's usually your go-to drink?
Right now it's been mezcal.
We have a very good mezcal drink. You have to try. Okay.
The fish was great. The presentation is beautiful. It's so Instagrammable.
Yeah,
right?
so Instagrammable.
Yeah, like you're here for an experience, and that is an experience.
Correct. Yes, and again, everything comes into play.
Yeah.
Yes, the music, the food, the drinks.
I have not been to a beach in Mexico. I've only done Mexico City, but I feel like I'm being transported. It's giving me that little hint of like, you need to go to Cancun. You need to go to Acapulco.
Ariel, you have to go. You haven't been?
I've only done Mexico City.
Mexico City is beautiful too.
Yeah. Thank you for taking time out of your day to share this with us.
No, thank you for the opportunity. And you know what? And the good thing is that there's always something like for everyone's palate.
Next up, we head north to a spot that's been serving Ethiopian food for over 30 years.
Hi, I'm Aerin. Nice to meet you.
Elsa, nice to meet you. Have a seat.
Thank you. Thank you so much. To be completely honest, I've actually never had Ethiopian food or
Ethiopian coffee.
So this is all a new experience for me.
When you see the whole world is here in America, everybody has his own culture.
Right.
We taste every country's food, which is good to be together. We have the coffee here. Usually back home, as a culture, we drink coffee together. It's happy hours here.
This is your happy hour. This is great. This is probably the best coffee I've ever had. And usually I put creamer and I put all the extra additives, but this is nothing here. Nothing.
Yeah,
this is perfect.
Yeah.
So what is this right here?
Okay, this is our bread rolled with chili pepper but has spices.
Okay.
It's kind of spicy.
I'm watching you do everything.
Yeah. Usually we eat by hand, but it's okay now.
I could eat it by hand.
Yeah.
That was delicious. It's very light, but flavorful.
And it has butter, this one.
It's spongy.
whoever likes spicy food, he can handle this.
Hey, we're in Texas. I think everyone can handle a little bit of spice here.
Exactly.
Wow.
This is our veggie platter, and that one is our bread.
How is it pronounced?
Injera.
Injera.
The bread is a flour that we call teff, and then you put in an electric skillet like a pancake.
Yeah, it does kind of look like a little pancake.
But this one is been fermented.
Does Queen of Sheba mean something?
Queen of Sheba, her name is Magda. She was a queen in Ethiopia. Back home as a culture, when the food is ready in a big platter like this, the dad gave this piece to everybody. And then the first malt to his wife. And then they started. This one we have the chicken we call Dorot herbs, and then the lamb we call bug herbs. And we have the lentils, not spicy at all, and beet salad.
Is it okay if I mix some things, like the lentils with the chicken?
The way.
We're gonna mix it all together.
That's the way we do. That's the lamb.
That's the lamb. The lamb is so tender.
And then this one is the chicken.
The chicken just melted in my mouth. It just fell apart. It was very delicious.
And the people, if they like to have more spicier, we can add spices more.
Then your nose will be running at the end. You got sweetness and you got savory, but then you add the injera and it adds a sourness to it that just enhances everything.
Exactly.
It's so great. This has been a pleasant experience.
I'm so glad that you came by, guys. More coffee for you.
We'll do some coffee. We'll do a little cheers right here.
Cheers, yeah.
Cheers. Thank you.